Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the AEW Dynamite Pre Show with Novi. This week, we are here alone. We're here to face the music, as many of you may have seen on Twitter. We've been attacked. I don't even know what to say. They just came for us. Everybody from all the boroughs, all the countries, all the communities, everybody just came and they attacked me. That's okay. It's okay. It happens to the best of them. We can address some of that tonight, and we can also address maybe the attacks that AEW faced yesterday. It was a big day on Twitter. I also contributed to the big day on Twitter because I did. I know Anjan's here. Well, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. There's a lot to be said about tonight's show. There's a lot to be said about AEW in general, because it's been a hectic time, and I don't know if tonight's show necessarily inspires me. I don't know if it necessarily gets me going to do the stand up for AEW speech, as Art Irony mentions, of course. But before we get into it, before I address the chat, make sure to leave a like on the stream. I see there's a good amount of you in here today. Very much appreciate that. Make sure to send in any super chats if you're feeling generous, and make sure to comment in the live chat, because as you guys know, you direct the show, and tonight we're gonna need some direction because Dynamite. Look, guys, it doesn't have that much substance to it today. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. But we'll still talk about it nonetheless. We'll get into all of it. We'll get into the nitty gritty. Hopefully nobody accuses me of grifting, because I've had that happen to me a couple times. It's very unfortunate. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Usually I cut to ask our guest how it goes, but it's been a minute since we've done one of these alone. It's kind of a throwback to how we used to do things. I know. There's not a ton of you, but a couple of you have been around since the beginning of these streams, and I used to just come on here and respond to the chat and talk about Dynamite. I've had a show where just no one was in chat before, but luckily all you guys are here talking graps. Very much appreciate it. We should get to the chat. I think so. I think it's time. All right, Irony. So who's doing the stand up for AEW speech tonight? Look, it's very time honored tradition of AEW sending out one of their guys to talk about AEW in a positive way. Dax Harwood has said he is not going to be there. He is at home. It seems that Adam Copeland is still out hurt, so he's not going to be the one to do it. But there are a couple names out there. I'm sure Ospreay could get to business. He likes to do that a couple times over. There's a lot of people out there that could do the speech. I don't know. I'm not going to be doing it. That's for sure. Mr. Big Dude, temp check. See, I got a hoodie on. I got sweats on. Brr, it's cold. It's cold outside. That's how we're feeling. We never been more freezing. Red Meat Wrestling, good to see you. Fuse Nova, will you match Ibu's rant from yesterday? It's tough to match an Ibu rant. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. It's tough to own up to what he can do, especially what they were cooking on the Raw review. That was an amazing show. If you guys are interested in AEW talks, all that good stuff, check out the Raw review from yesterday on the WrestlePeers channel. We have Marcus that's been appeared on this territory before. We had Ibu appeared on this territory before. Rob of Twitch fame, and then of course Chris O'Bread was there talking AEW. Go check that out. I'm gonna try. We'll see if something inspires me. I'll cook up. Don't you worry. I'm cooking up something for Saturday. We'll put things together, bro. Okay, we're gonna address this. I'm scrolling all the way down. Pajamas Ed, Daddy, I want to see Jay White. That bro. I don't think I've laughed harder at someone's comment on stream than I did that. Shout out Chris bro. Just unmatched in the game. Need him to be inspired post Kenny in the Dome. Need it bad. Back up to the chat. Tony Savage. Commander in the C2 moves me. I love him so much. I like Commander. I like him at times. I do have my issues where it kind of feels like if you've seen one Commander match, you've kind of seen them all. But there are some variants in what he can do, and I think with a couple of the names in the C2, I can get behind it. I was very ready to kind of be anti-Commander in the C2. I was very, very ready to do so, but I gave it some thought, and I say I'll give him a chance. Why not? What's it gonna hurt? I'm quite shocked we've actually rampaged the fucking C2. I'm not. It's very unfortunate. I don't know. I don't know what they're cooking. I don't know. The C2 on Rampage, Tony mentions after it's good. There was one match last year that was on Rampage, and I was okay with it. I think it was a Danielson match. I'm not too sure, though. I could be wrong. I don't hate the idea of it, but having, like, the whole show built around C2, it's interesting, to say the least, especially with how Rampage has been presented over the years. It feels weird, for sure. I don't, we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna watch Rampage. Yeah, Red Meat Wrestling, Danielson Garcia. Yeah, that's the one. I'm gonna watch it this week because of C2. But I don't know if that's the way to get people to watch it. And Jim Pian, of course. Hangman should have won the world title at All In. Look, guys. I feel a little vindicated. And there was a lot of people who came at me for my tweet. There was a lot of people who came at me because I said that Danielson winning just wasn't the right choice. And I feel like we've seen now that it wasn't the right choice. I know Red Meat Wrestling, I'm sorry. I have to say it again, but Anjan, me and him have been collaborating here on this. I don't hate that moment at all. I not even for a second. I hate when people think I'm some Bryan Danielson hater because I feel this way. I'm not. I love Bryan Danielson. He's my personal GOAT. But I think afterwards, given what this story has turned into, given what a Mox-led Dynamite has looked like, I think it was the wrong choice, and I feel vindicated for feeling that way pre-win. I feel so. Um, Look at that, Red Meat Wrestling. I agree, Danielson winning was wrong. Now, it should have been Billy Goat. That's another take I've seen on it. And look, I'm a big Hangman guy. I'm obviously going to want him to win the title. I felt like it was the right move. But if it wasn't going to be him, it should have been Ospreay. It just should have been. I don't care what anyone has to say. There were some people that came at me because it was like, "Oh, that would have been a bad look, whatever." I don't really care. It doesn't really matter to me. If it's not going to be Hangman, if it's not going to be Hangman, that's the only one I can think of. If it's not going to be him, it should have been Ospreay. It's clear Danielson was the wrong choice because of what we have now. It's obvious. And like, I wanted to see a Danielson world title reign. I wanted to see what that looked like. I felt like he deserved to be in that lineage. I still feel that way. But that maybe should have happened at Grand Slam the previous year instead of when it happened. I don't think it was worth what we've gotten to now. And I think I want to address it too in the chat. Ty of the Leaf, I missed out on the discourse yesterday. Where did it come from? It's a feeling that's been building for a long time when it comes to AEW and its fans. Look, I don't blame anybody for feeling discouraged. I don't blame anybody for feeling the way that they do. The biggest stars that they told AEW that they should put emphasis on, that they should build around, that they should place at the top of the card have been de-emphasized. And when you see that over and over and over again in place of what, we're going to see on this show, even on this Dynamite, I don't blame people for feeling the way that they do, feeling so upset at the way this company has gone. There was an opportunity. There was a big opportunity for it to become a new era for it. Is it to take it back to where we all loved it, and they failed. They failed, and this Mox World Title run has failed. It's unfortunate, and I'm still loosely into it, and I don't necessarily think it's all Mox that's why it's failing, but it's failed. It's clear now. It's unfortunate, but we'll probably get into that a little more later. That's just early thoughts on the Hangman stuff. I know a lot of you guys want to hear what I have to say. A lot of you guys don't. I get it, but we'll keep moving forward. Let's see here. Can we go to the Jay White match? I'm assuming you want me to talk about the Jay White match tonight. Since that's like the one big match on the show, I'm going to leave it for later. But if you do want to hear me talk about that, it'll happen eventually. I don't really go in order on this show. I just kind of go what people say in the chat. But it does feel a little too early for that. A little too early. But I appreciate the comment, Johnny. Appreciate it. Moxley, you freak, put the fries in the bag. Look, we are hearing rumors that Moxley is applying for Panera Bread. We're hearing rumors that he'll be applying for the great McAllister's Deli. Unfortunately, he's going to have to learn how to make those subs. He's going to have to learn how to make those nachos. And hopefully he does a good job at it. Because, look, world champion just ain't his bag anymore. I hate to say it. Tony Savage, they only had one match on there last year. I like how they only have C2 matches this week. It definitely feels a little different. Like if there was one C2 match and then the other Rampage matches were like Rampage matches, it would be different. But the fact that it's all there, I can be a little more okay with it. I can accept it. Art Irony, don't you want 18 months of epic funny skits with MJF, Adam Cole, Roddy, Kyle O'Reilly, and the Kingdom? I can't wait. It's going to be really fun. I can't wait. I've really been loving this whole stuff we've been building to there. Really loved it. Of course, Anjan has a local pizzeria that Jay White could attend. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. We'll talk it. Of course, Iron Army has to spread the good word of the Mox shooter style. Mox versus Masakatsu Funaki. UWFI rules at World's End. Who says no? Moxley, maybe? Well, he might like that. I don't know. The fans? I don't know who says no. I don't think I would necessarily say no, to be honest. You wouldn't, so there's at least a couple people. Let's see here. Code Hater. Hi, Novi. How are you? How are you, Code Hater? I appreciate the question. Thank you very much for the Sheeta Hater match review. I can't wait to watch this match over and over and over and over. Look, I'm very happy with the reception of that review. I was very happy with how that came out. If you guys missed it, we have Jamie Hater versus Hikaru Shida. Holiday Bash 2022 match review on the channel. Widely regarded as still one of the best women's matches in AEW history, and I got it there for me too. I loved the match. I loved reviewing it. So haven't checked that out. Make sure to check it out. Appreciate you, Code Hater, and glad I could satisfy on the Jamie Hater match review front. Let's see here. Red Meat. I don't mind having a C2 match or two on Rampage occasionally, but it's a bit ridiculous to put two of the bigger C2 matchups on there. Yeah, I don't want to be wrong, so I'm not gonna like claim what's on that show. But if I'm remembering correctly about what's on that show, it's not something I would have put on there. I'm scrolling now. Don't worry, folks. Okay, this is one that I'm upset at. The Mark Briscoe and Kazuchika Okada match, that's a Dynamite match. Y'all, like, come on now. Let's be for real for a minute. And then Danny and Beast Mordos, that's a really sick match. That could have been a match on TV. And then Ricochet Commander, that's okay. They can be on Rampage. No problem. That's all cool with me. Good to see you, Red Meat. Good to see you. We're going to address the next comment you made in a little bit. Don't worry. Don't worry. Piece of shit. Adam Cole, I suggest you make twitching your full-time career. I don't know if twitching is the right word, but yeah, Adam Cole's going to have to build up that Chugs army real quick. It's looking unfortunate. He ain't winning that world title like maybe he wants to. Name I'm never going to pronounce because I don't want to, say it wrong. What's up? It's good to see you. I'm doing okay. Daz Reynolds, do you know who's next for Moxley at World's End pay-per-view? I do. They've kind of spelled it out for us. It seems to be a four-way. It seems to be him, Hangman, Jay White, and Chrissy Cage over in the main event of World's End. Seems like that's the match they're building to, and we'll see. Two good Raw segments destroyed the fan base. That might be a part of it too. Raw was... I did see some of the clips from that. The New Day segment was tremendous. I grew up on those guys, so that was even more so tremendous for me, but that was a great segment, and I heard Raw was good. I don't really watch that stuff. It's hard for me. I got other stuff going on those days, gotta make videos, that kind of thing, but I did enjoy the New Day segment quite a bit. Big Hitbox. I'm not excited for Swerve versus Caster to get 10 minutes. We're getting this out of the way. I'm doing it now. Swerve Strickland versus Max Caster is on the Dynamite show. Look, guys, I don't want to see this match, at all. I am not interested in it, at all. I don't care about the Acclaim split up. I don't care about the slow burn we've been getting to it. It doesn't... I literally, I could not care any less than what I do right now. Swerve, going from being world champion, going from a Bobby Lashley match straight into a Max Caster match feels like it should be charged. Like they should be charged for that, sent to federal prison. Maybe that would be good, because this is just a sham. I don't know if it's gonna get 10 minutes. It shouldn't. Max Caster is dog shit as a wrestler. He couldn't. I don't think he can go 10 minutes with Swerve. I mean, people already struggle with Swerve style. It's very different and unique. I don't think Max is gonna be the one to figure it out and really hone in on it, but we'll see, man. I couldn't be excited for this match. It's probably gonna be pretty bad. I don't know where it's gonna be placed on the show, but please don't put it in the opener or something. Please don't. I'm not this, what can I say? What is there to say about this? What is there to say? We'll get back to the chat. That's all there is to say. Just Ryan. It's good to see you, Ryan. The big man is in the territory. The big man is in the territory. I appreciate the honey. Am I the GOAT? Let's see. And JMPN. Mox, I hear Galit is looking for a top guy, and they're into the same thing as you. They are. They do have similar interests, those guys. They do have very similar interests. They also seem to like another freak. Nakajima, you could team up with him. You could, run some matches with him. No problem there. No problem there. The house has spoken. Good to see you as always. I'm starting to come to your side that we could have done Swerve Hangman at All In. Have Swerve win and still do the house burning angle and Hangman All Out win, as well as done Brian Nigel at All In. Interesting. Interesting to note. I feel like a lot of people, not to dunk on you. I'm not going to do that because I feel like a lot of people are kind of feeling this way. I do feel vindicated. Me and I saw Charlie running some victory laps. Shout out her. She deserves those victory laps just as much as I do. Um, but yeah, I do feel vindicated about this. I do feel like this is probably the best way they could have done it too. I would agree here. Uh, well, let's not do this. No, thank you. That's okay. I would rather not. J.A., good to see you, Jay. Chat, are we cooked right now? Maybe. Maybe we're a little cooked. But there's a lot of you guys in here, so I appreciate it. If you haven't already, make sure to leave a like on the stream. It helps with discoverability, helps people find the stream, helps people come out and chat more graps. So definitely leave a like on the broadcast. I'd really much appreciate it. Let's see here. New Day storyline got us AEW fans to actually stand up against this shitty booking. Yeah, it's weird because I did see a comparison. I think it was Chris on the Raw review who compared that a lot to the Elite storylines, how that they felt similar in vibe, they felt similar in execution, and it's because Xavier and Kenny both kind of have the same thoughts on wrestling, both kind of have the same feel for it. But it makes a lot of sense. That reminded me a lot of the Elite storyline, reminded me a lot of what dominated AEW in the beginning, and that's why I felt the way that I did and why a lot of people did as well. I completely get it. TK is chronically online, and he definitely will be seeing the stuff. I also mentioned that, didn't mention, but I made a video about wrestlers being chronically online not too long ago. You guys can go check that out. All your favorites are chronically online. All of them scroll Twitter. I promise you. I went to WrestleCade over the weekend. I promise you. They're all on Twitter. Let's see here. Half the roster going to volunteer. Well, I wouldn't be too sure. I wouldn't be too sure. This is also very true. Adam Cole is washed. Jay White stinks. Death Rider storyline, no sense of urgency. Women's division gone to shit. Yeah, I'll co-sign some of those things. I'll co-sign it. Big Fat Orange Cat, good to see you as usual. What kind of an effect do you think the Max simulcast will have on the state of AEW? This is a very interesting question. We're deterring a little bit away from the vibe we've started this broadcast with. I think it'll actually be very good for them, to be quite honest with you. Streaming is the future. It is what everybody is searching for. It is how everybody's watching their favorite movies, their favorite TV shows, their favorite live sports nowadays. So it makes a lot of sense for AEW to be going into that realm, for them to be diving into it. We've all been looking forward to this Max stuff for a long time. So I definitely think this will lead to a lot of benefits for them. That's my take on it, I think. And I'm probably going to be watching on Max just because I would assume that there might not be so many commercials. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. But I would hope to. I think that it'll lead to good things is what I'm trying to say. All-timer show, that Raw review. Yes, very much so. That's going to be a 30-minute video on Saturday. I don't know about 30, but it'll be a long one. I've uploaded a video just like it before. It was kind of the thing that kickstarted this channel a little, unfortunately, because I don't necessarily, the crowd that attracted, I didn't necessarily love to be a part of this, and they kind of they didn't really carry over, which was nice. And a lot of you guys that hang out in here, all of you guys hang out here, I should be specific, are very, very nice and leave very good comments under the videos, so I appreciate that. But I do feel like it's important to have this apparently yearly thing where we kind of just vent about AEW and vent about the problems that I see with it. Because look, man, the reason why I got back into wrestling was AEW. The reason why I started this channel was AEW. So I want it to be better. I want it to be the best it can possibly be. And if that means me putting out my opinions somewhere where somebody sees it, I don't know. I think that's worthwhile at the very least. And I think a lot of you guys know, and I think many people that will see the video without actually watching it know I'm not doing this in bad faith. I don't ever criticize AEW because I'm some sort of grifter. I think it's, come on, man. Let's be for real for a minute. So yeah, that's expect a good video on Saturday. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, Commander is a solid TV guy, has gotten better in the past year. This is very true. Inspires zero confidence. I think not necessarily that there was better people in there, but there had to have been someone that was a little bit more inspiring. I know someone featured on this channel of the Graps podcast, Brainbuster, made a great tweet about this last night, I'm pretty sure. It's just not an inspired choice. That's all. It's a fun choice, and I can get behind it, but it's just not, it doesn't give me the feeling that I would have wanted. Do you think the final episode of Rampage at Hammerstein will be good or the most phoned in shit ever? I think it has, look, it's in Hammerstein. I think TK knows the significance of that building. I think AEW knows the significance of that building. So I've got no problem with it. I think it's going to be pretty sick, to be quite honest with you. That's my take on it. Yeah, getting Kenny back will be a big deal. But yeah, the writing room is tough. They hired a lot of these writers. They hired a lot of these XWB people, and the show got worse because of it. And so I think you kind of have to look at that and say, well, maybe we should fire some of those guys. Maybe Jimmy, oh, not that. Jimmy Jacobs, that's the one. Maybe Jimmy Jacobs wasn't the last. Maybe it was just kind of the start of something. That's my take on it. Let's see here. Yeah, this is very true. Commander about to hit his 2 moves for all Continental Classic matches. Brother, he's gonna run those ropes. That's for sure. He's gonna balance on him. It's gonna be crazy. He's gonna hit a nice dive to the outside. That's all. He's got, he's a fine talent, but I think there's some merit to that. Went from AEW starting to get back on track, Revolution to All Out, and just went back to being Mickey Mouse. Did go back to being a little fraudulent after the summer. That's kind of when I say it too. Like AEW is really focused in the early part of the year up until about August, and then that's where it kind of like spiked downwards. There's the Billy Goat comment. Ospreay is the obvious ace. I think this is true. I would probably agree. You guys think we start seeing more crowd hijacks? This would be interesting. I don't think so. I think there's not enough people in the building to do crowd hijacks, to be quite honest with you. I don't think we see it. I think that's not, I don't know. That doesn't seem like something AEW crowds would do. The people that still buy tickets, you know what I mean? Johnny, once again, if Bryan was to win the belt at Wembley, I firmly believe that Darby Allin should have been the one to beat him at Wrestle Dream to make it worth it. Also, not a bad take. I definitely feel like Darby is better to dethrone a top heel. In that category, I would have preferred that. But yeah. Ospreay's de-emphasis has been baffling. It's been very weird. Ospreay coming out to no reaction on Collision. What are we doing, guys? Like, this was your biggest star. He was getting a reaction despite anything else on the programming. That should not be the case. That should be worrying. Like, if anything else, that should be the thing that worries you if you're AEW, for sure. This is true. Too many shitters are getting TV time. Too many shitters are being cast on TV. Like, man, I don't want to give them so much shit, but the Iron Savage is getting TV time. Just should not be the case. Like, I'm sorry that, like, ROH is like, you can go chill there if you really want to, but what are they doing on any of the 3 main shows? What are they doing there? Get them off. Go away. And like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Adam Cole getting time on the shows at this point. Like, we've seen that kind of maybe needs to go somewhere else. Maybe needs to head over to Rampage. Maybe needs to take a step back. Reframe the story. Maybe that's something you look at. Just a lot of guys that shouldn't be getting time are getting time. Like Johnny TV was in a match the other day. Like, come on, let's be reforming here. Come on, let's be serious about who Johnny TV is. The crowd doesn't even slightly care about the Death Riders. It's insane. There's a lot they don't care about it, to be honest, and that's unfortunate. I don't think they've been given real reasons to care about the Death Riders. I think that's a big problem. I was in the boat of not hating Danielson winning. If they followed up correctly, they didn't. Well, I kind of didn't think they would. That's why I was in the boat of him not winning, unfortunately. Yes, very true. Mentioned that, of course. Let's see here. This is supposed to be where the best wrestle, but the Iron Savages are on screen doing whatever the fuck they do. So, yeah, I don't know. Tony, when I catch you, Anjan's out here. He's snatching gems, as the guys on the Raw review were saying. I don't know what that, we'll see. I don't know. We'll test the waters with that phrase. Test the waters. Ospreay, Hangman, and Swerve should be your 3 franchise players, and right now they're set as role players. This is a great comment, very true, and I agree with it for sure. And then here we go, guys. I know we have to get this out of the way. I know we're talking AEW. I know we're talking the issues. We're venting. We're doing our thing. Logic was my number 1 on the Spotify Wrapped. Number 2 was Jake Hill. Number 3 was Kanye. Number 4 was Brat, Charlie XCX, and number 5 was Josh A. And look, guys, I know, I get it. Logic is a very cringy guy. He can be very nerdy. He can be very, he's just kind of a geek a lot. And I get it. But I am a white guy from the suburbs. I enjoy a lot of his older music. I'm not sitting there listening to 1-800 or shit like that, but yeah, I like Logic, man. What do you want me to say? I've said all there is to say on this on Twitter. Look, guys, I don't know what you want me to tell you. Look, I like Logic. All right, I like listening to his music. I like Under Pressure. It's a very fun album to me. I like Incredible True Story. I like some of his newer albums too. Um, yeah, that's my take on it. And also, whoa, hang on now, hold on now. We need to address this. I'm going all the way down. I'm going all the way down for this. You motherfucker, I'm getting you. Hold on. This one too. No. Do not accuse me of liking this kind of shit. I'm not John Moxley. Chill out, bro. And this is also not true at all. Fuck that. That's not true, bro. Tom McDonald's is that's a different category of shit. That's a way different category of shit. Like, I don't like, look, man, I like Logic and all, and we can shit on Logic. I've got no problem with that. I got no problem with that. But Tom McDonald was way fucking worse than Logic. Come on, guys. He made, like, like, some of the lyrics that he's spitting. Like, yeah, genuinely, like, there's a couple, like, I feel like he would call some people some slurs. And I feel like he definitely has. And, like, yeah, Mussolini was probably rocking that Tom McDonald. And I'm not going to lie to you, bro. The Germans were probably playing that bitch, too, in 1942. Like, it is what it is. That's what that guy's doing. It ain't the same. Let's keep it real for a minute here, guys. But that's what there is to say. That's what there is to say on that. I'm done. We're not talking it anymore. We're done. I've said all there is to say. I've done my best. All right. I get it. I understand. Logic is corny. All right, man. I just like his music. Okay. I don't have to sit there and talk about biracial shit all the damn time. It's fine. It's fine. Yes, this is also true. Triple H does also rock with Tom McDonald. That is true. That is true. I'm sure his Spotify rap looks crazy at the moment. Let's keep it move on. I'll get to the rest of these comments soon. I appreciate this. I appreciate that. And stop. No. Fuck off. Tie the leaf. I see that comment. I'm not scrolling all the way down again. You be rocking Dax too? No. No, we fucking don't. No. We're not listening to Dax. Whatever he did the video with the you're insane. The Joker shit. Come on, man. And yeah, this is a great fucking point. At least, like, I get Logic is corny, but at least it's not fucking the WWE or Def Rebel as my number one. There's a lot worse things out there that, like, okay, there's Logic. That's pretty bad. Look, it's pretty bad. Tom McDonald, that's worse. That's like, I would think you would call slurs to people. I think you use words you're not supposed to use in public. But then you have the WWE and Def Rebel as number one. You need that people. I'm sorry, you gotta get hobbies. I hate to say it, you gotta get hobbies. Also, Drake listener, no, not good. There's a couple Drake songs out there that are pretty good, but modern Drake, we're good on that. We are good on that. It's just a couple songs are not the artist himself. Look, guys, I'm very upset that Kendrick didn't make my top 5. I really thought that Kendrick would, to be quite honest with you. But accusing me of being a Drake listener is just, I'm hiding this comment, by the way. What the fuck is, oh fuck, oh shit. I hit a comment and then I got something worse. Oh god. All right, well, it's fine. We'll go back here. Drake has been very cooked. We'll get to some of your comments. I appreciate you guys in the chat. I get it. Okay, I'll see it. We'll get to it eventually. Let's see here. Oh, you're from Toronto. Name I'm not gonna say. Okay, well then I guess you can kind of be forgiven with that. If you're from Toronto, I understand being a Drake listener. If you're from anywhere else, nah, you're good, bro. You're cooked. But we'll see. We'll get to it later on. Red Meat Wrestling brings us back to the wrestling. We'll get back to the wrestling here. 4-way pay-per-view main event where the only babyface is Jay White, and the first segment of the build is him getting royally bitched out was a choice. This is a great point. I don't understand, and they made it a big point in the Raw review. Big point. Who is cheering Jay White? Like, I'm sorry, guys. I believed in him as a babyface worker. I thought it would be better. It's not been better. It's like, who is cheering Jay White? Nobody is going to shows, and I'm going to say it again. I'm going to repeat what he said. Nobody is going to shows and saying, Daddy, I want to see Jay White. Buy me a ticket so I can go see Jay White wrestle. It ain't happening, bro. It ain't happening. And you have another guy in there, Hangman Page. He shouldn't be a good guy. But if he was a good guy, he'd be miles ahead of Jay White. Miles. We know this. It's like, but okay. You choose Jay White as the guy to be the face of the match. There's one face of the match. You choose him. Fine. Whatever. Why in the first segment is he getting beat down? Do you not want your babyface to like look strong? I'm not sure about that. I feel like you would. I feel like you probably should want that to happen. And look, I'll say this. Fuck it, we'll do it now. Pac versus Jay White is going to be on this show. This is his last fucking chance. This is last chance for me. I like Jay White a lot of the time. I think he's a fine wrestler. But he is not like a world champion. He's not. Like, it is what it is. We've seen it. I know it's different in New Japan. That wasn't good either. Like, it is what it is, bro. He's not a world champion, especially on US TV. It's not going to happen. There's at least 8 dudes in AEW that I'd rather have be world champion before Jay White. It just is what it is. He can be a great upper mid-card talent. He really can. I just don't see it with him as the world champ anymore. I don't. And I don't feel like it's crazy to not see it. This match is like Pac and Jay White. Jay White has to come out here and look good. Pac makes everybody look good. Genuinely makes everybody look good. If he can't make him look good, we've got a problem. We've got a big fucking issue if Jay White can't look good against this guy. And I'll bring it up now. Because Red Meat Wrestling tells me to name people that I'd have as world champions. So I'm going to scroll this roster page. I'm going to tell you everybody who I'd pick to be world champion over Jay White right now. Konosuke Takeshita. You can argue Daniel Garcia. I don't think he's ready just yet. Adam Page. There's 2. Let's keep scrolling. Bandito. I would maybe say that. We'll see how he looks in his return. But we'll leave that there. We'll leave it 2. We'll leave it 2. We're scrolling. We're getting there. We're going down. We could argue Chrissy Cage. We could argue that. We'll leave it at 2. We'll leave it at 2. It's fine. Darbow should be number 3. I don't know if we'll see how he looks when he returns. I'm counting him. Eddie Kingston. I'd have him as world champion before that. There's Jay White. Wouldn't have him over Jay White. Let's see here. I would probably say Okada. I know that he has his issues sometimes as, US TV, but it's fine. Kenny Omega. There's 6 right there. We've gotten up to 6. You could argue. You could say it. Kyle Fletcher. You could say it. I don't know. I wouldn't say it just yet. He's got ways to go, but you think it. Mark Briscoe, number 7. I'm counting him on that list. 100%. Without a doubt. MJF. You could make the argument. I'm just saying. You could make the argument. It wasn't good the first time, but it could be good the second time. You could make it. I'm not going to put him on there, but it could be. There's 7 right there. You could argue Roosh. I'm not even... Swerve. Have him and have another reign before Jay White. There's 8 right there. We're up to 8. And we're at the end of the list. But guess what? At the end of the list, number 9, Will Ospreay. That's what I'll say. And look, I'm not a big Jay White hater. I think he's a good wrestler a lot of the time. But that doesn't mean he should be world champion. Come on now, guys. Let's be real for a minute here. Let's keep it a buck. It's not elite tier hate either. Look, I just don't see it in him. I just don't see it. And brings it up. Bobby Lash, Big Bob Lash. He looked good in his match. I got no problem with it. I got no problem with that. We'll get down to a couple of some other guys, but yeah, he's not even the best guy in his own group. Juice Robinson, he's there. Yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get to it a little later. Hold on. I got to get back to where the fuck I was in chat, guys. I lost it. Okay, we're back. We'll get to the other stuff in chat. That's what I have to say about the match tonight. That's what I have to say. Jay, screw it. Let's get a brand split right now. Look, people have been arguing against a brand split, and I don't fucking understand. Look, just because WWE does something does not mean that AEW can't take it. They already take some of the worst aspects of WWE programming and they put it on their TV. Why can't we take some of the good things? I think that's okay. I have no problem with that. And a brand split should fucking happen. Nobody is watching Collision. Nobody's watching a show because there's not stars consistently on that show. Why should they? Why should they give a fuck? Brand split should happen. Panera Bread, kind of fire. Well, Expensive. It's okay. Um, ooh, disputed era. Yeah, a little weird. Yeah, this is also true. The main event scene is a problem, but Mox is a little bit of a part of that. Of course he is. Tag division is a mess too. Very fucking true. Where the fuck is Private Party at? Where the fuck are they? Can they not wrestle on TV? Can we not do that? I don't understand why we can't fucking do that, guys. You know? Let's see here. Let's see here. Scrolling down. Dare Rich. Always good to see you, Dare. Always good to see you. I'm excited for Brody King versus Claudio Castagnoli tonight. That match is going to rock. Hopefully Claudio gets his win back this year. Will we get meat chance? I fucking hope not. But I'm excited for the match. I think it's going to be quite good. We'll get to it a little later. Mox failed his world title reign. I think they're building the Darby Moxley story because OC is not the main character. Darby is. Yeah, but I just don't think it's been told in the best way. I don't think it's been done the right way. And I still want that result to happen. I still think Darby should absolutely be the world champion after Mox. I just don't think it's been told very well. That's it. Yeah, Takeshita, literal nothing run with international title. What the fuck are they doing with him? Can he not wrestle on TV? Mercedes is a 2 remarkable matches this run. She's been inconsistent. Okada is washed. Okada is not washed. He just doesn't give a fuck. That's what Okada is. Because he can have great matches when he chooses to. He just, that's all. Ty the Leaf, how was Dynamite last week? I missed most of it. I actually thought the show was pretty good, to be honest. That was a fine show. No problems with it. But it wasn't a show that gets people talking like some of the older shows have, and that's the big problem. Yeah, wishing a speedy recovery to Juice. He was, well, we saw him at WrestleCade, and he was in this big ass boot, told people not to report it. Very unfortunate, very unfortunate. I was really excited for this C2 run for Juice. I think he's fantastic. Don't even get me started on Mariah May. She's been better lately for sure. She's kind of been hampered by the booking a little bit, been given a couple shitters to wrestle. Not saying that Anna Jay's a shitter, by the way, just not an upper card talent, But I think the Mina match is a big deal, and I'm excited for it. Yeah, Kenny ain't coming back. Kenny is not returning to fix this problem. He's staying in Japan, brother. Staying in Japan. Shouldn't Jay White be beefing with the Kingdom and them to get revenge? Banish them all to ROH. You think maybe? Okada and Ospreay on Rampage and Collision. Meanwhile, Fletch gets a Dynamite match. Stop it. We can be mad at one thing without Fletch catching strays. We can do that, can't we? Come on now, guys. Come on. Yeah, there's just not. It's the storyline wasn't thought out. It doesn't feel like it's not progressing in a meaningful way. It's not getting to where I want it to go in a meaningful way. Definitely, Mox he's okay with his promo stuff. He is kind of the rambly. I remember a good comparison I heard was with the Bray Wyatt promos back in the day, where he would just kind of ramble about the functionality of the universe and all of what you apply to it, and all that kind of stuff. It's a little strange, but it's okay, I guess. No, cut this out, man. Let's leave this someone else's chat. Take that somewhere else, not here. Yeah, this is a good point. This should not be. That should be a Rampage match. I get swerves in it, but come on now. What is your favorite Max Gasper rap that you remember? I don't fucking remember any of them. If you want to, I'm not even going to go on it. He's awful, by the way. What they're doing to Swerve is a perfect example of AEW getting someone 75% super over and then cooling them off instead of making them a made man. It's the de-emphasis of those 3 names that we talked about earlier. It's a big problem. Big problem. Yeah, this is awful. This is awful. Max Caster is fucking terrible. He should be fired. I'm serious. He should be let go from his contract. He's that fucking bad. I'm serious. The Death Rider storyline it never really got rolling because they never really put main eventers in it. They were it was all like, oh, we're attacking the jobbers of AEW. Who could care? Who could care, man? I'm sorry to tell you, who could care? Dare Rich, happy holidays, happy December. Snow showers today in the next 3 days here in Toronto. Wow, that's tough. I like the cold quite a bit, but I don't like the snow. I don't like the snow. I like the snow if I'm inside. If I'm traveling in it, not fun. Very scary. But happy holidays to all, and happy, Merry Christmas to anyone who celebrates in the chat. And if you don't celebrate, just happy holidays and happy December. Happy holidays to you also, Dare Rich. And I see you're also headed off to eat dinner as usual. It's around this time where you head off. Enjoy Dynamite, Dare Rich. I appreciate you hanging out. Code Hater, the Acclaimed will join the Hurt Syndicate. I would hope it'd just be Bowens. But even that seems, I don't know anymore. I don't know. I don't even know if they're going to add another guy at this point. But we'll see. We'll see. What was the first wrestling match you ever saw? I'm assuming you're talking about I'm going to say in person because I don't remember what it was like visually online. But the first wrestling match I ever saw in person was the opener for Fight for the Fallen, I think 2021. It was the Elite versus the Dark Order. It was when the Elite did their Toon Squad entrance and stuff like that, and then the Dark Order did their Lights from Above entrance. It was very, very cool. That was a really, really cool match to see for the first time. Swerve Hangman ain't over. They should main event All In Texas. They could be over. They could be. But I think that could be where we're going. I don't see it. Thoughts on Tony Schiavone as a commentator? I always say Schiavone. I don't know why I do that. Tony Schiavone. Thoughts on Tony as a commentator? He has his moments. He's okay. I definitely like. He hurts me the least of a lot of the guys that AEW employs, except for Nigel. He's probably like P2 in that collection, in that tier. Let's see here. Anna Penelope match feels kind of crazy in all this. Yeah, Anna Jay Penelope Ford is going to be on this show. Little unfortunate matchup. I'm sorry. I like Anna Jay. I like Penelope Ford. I think this is a fine match to book for Rampage or something like that. But for the only women's match on Dynamite, this is just a total shame. It really does feel like the epitome of what's wrong with the women's division right now. Like, this should not be the Dynamite match. There should not just be one Dynamite match, to be clear, but this should not be it. That's just, what is there to even say? Like, yeah, Willow is right there. Where the fuck is Chris Statlander? Where is she at? And I know she might be cooked. Where is she at a little bit? She's still someone people care about. Where's Riho at? Like, I just don't, I don't understand. Like, I don't get what we're doing here with this. What will this accomplish? What will an Anna Jay win over Penelope Ford accomplish? It doesn't mean anything. She wrestled Mariah May 3 times and lost. I don't, she lost a feud. I don't care. Yeah, Collision, I know they got the one, the Emi Sakura match. I don't remember the second one. Yeah, it was Mina and Emi on Collision. That's very exciting. That should be a Dynamite match, to be quite honest with you. That should be the one here. But I don't understand. With these two, with this match, like, I have no problems with either of them, but it just doesn't feel like the right way to go. And what also doesn't feel like the right way to go. Oh yeah, Willow Deeb. Yeah, okay. That's true. Willow Deeb is an exciting match. I do like that one, but that we could do that one on Dynamite too. We could run that here too. But it's just such a shame. Another thing is such a shame. The Battle Royal tonight. The Dynamite doesn't Battle Royal. That's gonna happen. This is this whole thing with Undisputed Era lore, Black and Gold lore. Who could care? This was during an era where AEW beat the fuck out of NXT. NXT lost that ratings war thing. They lost the Wednesday Night Wars while this was on TV. Who could give a fuck? I'm sorry. That feels like the whole, like, what's the term? It's like the whole motto of this stream. Who could care? Who could care about this? I don't care about UE lore. I don't care. It just does not matter to me. I don't know who's gonna win. I would probably say Adam Cole, right? That's the way you continue the feud. Maybe. Fuck it. Adam Cole. That's the one. Another thing we'll have on the show, Jamie Hayter. We're gonna hear from her. She's gonna talk. That's always exciting. I'm excited to hear her talk, but she'll probably get cut off by Julia Hart again. Whatever, man. She's gonna get cut off. I don't know. We'll see. Get back to the chat. I should probably get going. There's a lot of chats. You guys are being very active tonight. Surprise. They're active the day after the whole meltdown. It's not really surprising. Making some fire-ass mac and cheese. Fuck yeah. I love mac and cheese. Had some great mac and cheese. I made Teeny's mac and cheese for Thanksgiving. It was very good. I quite enjoyed it. PJ Duffy. Good to see you. Young Sheldon profile picture. It's gotta be. I'm not gonna lie to you. Meltzer said NBA had 10% viewership on Max during simulcast and will surely increase over time. Great point. I think that'll help AEW. Like I mentioned, I think it'll just be good for them. Yeah, the women's division post All In. It's a whole shame. It's just a shame. I don't know where we went. I don't know what happened. I don't know why we're de-emphasizing that too. Doesn't make any sense. But yeah, it's weird. First thing you'll be searching for once AEW moves on Max. God, I don't know. That's a tough. Like if we get all the programming on there. Goodness. I'll probably just look for a lot of the elite segments. To be honest, I'll probably search for probably some old Young Bucks tags. Probably watch some old Hangman. No, that's wrong. Hangman Kenny is the tag team. That's what I'm going to search for first. I'm going to run that tag team back. That's what we're going to do. Yeah, I don't know where he's at. I don't know where he went to. Hope he's doing well. I don't know. Shout out Tranquilo. I know we kind of have a lot of similar audience, similar type videos, but I hope he's doing well. Yeah, for sure. You can definitely be critical without being a grifter. You can definitely be critical without being weird about it, you know? Let's see here. Let's keep it going. Keep it going. Thoughts on the Young Bucks working from home and not coming to work? They wouldn't be the only ones. MJF has been at home for a minute. It's really, really interesting. Let's keep it moving here. I'm trying to go through a little quicker because you guys are cooking me right now. Yeah, maybe this wasn't smart. Beef would be kind of cool. Beef would be funny. I fuck with Beef. I've liked his matches so far. Yeah, this is interesting. Like Action Ready, that tier of guys were those people. Not something I want to see. Yeah, Iron Savage is being put on TV like they're good at all. Very interesting. Favorite wrestling shirts that I own. I own my favorite wrestling shirt. This is the one I'm going to mention. It's the Osprey, Summer of Osprey shirt, where it has the Shingo, the Jericho, the Okada, and then what's that last match? Kenny? Yeah, it was the Kenny match. All on it too. That's my favorite wrestling shirt I own. It's fucking amazing. And yeah, these promos between Johnny TV and MXM can be kind of quirky, a little silly. I don't hate it, but yeah. Am I in the pre-show or how to fix AEW? A little bit of both. That's kind of just the mood of AEW fans right now, to be honest with you. Okay, we're getting to the logic stuff. We're getting to it. Yeah, we're getting to it. We're getting to it. Shelton Fletcher, tough for you to predict. We haven't gotten to it just yet, but we're gonna get to it here soon. It is a little bit of a tough one. I'm interested. I'm excited for that match. That's one I'm very much looking forward to. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. The Dax comment just absolutely awful. I can't. Yeah, it's like, yeah, dude, this is a good point. Logic makes like corny songs sometimes, and he like says corny shit a lot. But Todd McDonald makes music that like aspiring clan members, aspiring like modern neo-Nazis like listen to. Like it's just not it's not the same thing, man. It's just not. I hate to say it. Yeah, Rob did have WWE at #1. Dude, shout out Rob, of course, on Twitch. Definitely go check that out. Sir Paragraph, I'm pretty sure on Twitch. Been streaming a bunch of matches on there, watching graps, all that good stuff. Definitely check him out. But the WWE at #1. Aggressive. Let's see here. Banger vid. Appreciate that. Let's see here. John Cena's album is like actually good, by the way. It's like I know this is like a joke. You're like memeing a little bit. But he actually was he was rapping on there. Not far from Hobson. Yes, it is. Yes, it fucking is. It is far from Hobson. Hobson is a different tier too. He's like on the Dax tier. Hobson is fucking tragic. And he's always been tragic. Very unfortunate. We have Jacob Batu, who's here. Hello, Jacob. Hope you're doing well, man. Let's see here. Yeah, it was a little bit of a jump scare. I love you solo. I was hanging out with I don't want to say the name of the channel wrong. I'm gonna find it for you guys, but I was hanging out with a fellow that's big into that over the weekend. Hold on now. I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna find it. Sorry, I'm like pausing for a minute. I have to like really think about this where I'm going. Because I'm trying to like be right. I'm trying to shout out the channel, which you guys have probably all seen it before. I'm assuming a lot of you guys. I can't find it. I'll look for it in a little bit. But it was There was a guy I was hanging out that's very into that sort of stuff. Was all over. People came up to me aggressively talking about the bloodline with him, and it was very odd. Um, okay, I'm still trying to find it, by the way. I don't know if you guys can tell. It's I don't know if you guys can tell that I'm still looking for it. Um, but yeah, I found it. I found it. Muscle Man Malcolm. A lot of you guys may know him for that from that. He's big into the bloodline stuff. I was hanging out with him a lot of WrestleCade. Seemed very cool guy. So people did come up to us addressing the solo Sokoa bloodline leader stuff, which was interesting. Um, Thank you. Appreciate that. Hey Jacob, you should do a split moonsault in your next match, dude. Maybe. Heel territories don't last. Yeah, shout out Ibu for that one. That was definitely an Ibu classic there. The concept of baby Jay White is nasty. Good God. Maybe Jay just wanted to feel mother's milk. You cannot say you cannot say that, bro. This is not okay. I'm not even gonna repeat it. You can't say that. Let me go back. I need to scroll past this my haterness. Satnam Singh being mentioned as the world champion over Jay White, that is god tier hate. That's better than what I could cook up with. We'll see here. We'll see here. I like this is just very, chill. He stinks. I give you like 5 of those names with respect. See, 5 is still 5, you know what I mean? No. Don't put the wonderful chatters here at risk. Don't do that to them. That's uncalled for, man. It's uncalled for. This is true. Rotation heel. I could get down with that maybe a little bit. Let's see here. Suns and Shadows. Always good to see Suns. A day one person. Back when these streams were just me, Suns and Shadows was always hanging out. I appreciate you still pulling up to the stream every now and again. I very much appreciate that. It's good to see you. Yeah, Collision is just a weird thing now. It's just a weirdly booked show. Just how could you really lock in? They deserve the 100,000 viewers they got. Like it is what it is. How do y'all watch Dynamite? I'm waiting for Max. Yeah, Max is definitely the one a lot of people are waiting for. I watch on cable. My dad pays for cable, so I kind of watch through there. You could also, is that the only way you can watch it? Well, there's other means. I'd look out there. Let's see here. Yeah, where did Stokely go? Where is he at? He was invested in the private party stuff. Where did he go? Let's see here. The Death Rider angle is a train wreck. It's like they changed their mind. Yeah, they just haven't fully committed on it. It's weird. Very odd. Bandito is cleared. He is cleared. He's been cleared for a while. They haven't brought him back. That's weird, but they are doing it. I don't know if the issue is that the C2 doesn't draw when we know it's for a mid-card belt. I think it very well could. But I just think that the C2 doesn't really... The C2 matches aren't as good as they once were, for one. And also, like, that's not really, like, the savior of AEW like people thought maybe it would be. That's kind of where it is. Let's see here. Yeah, it's kind of funny. The 11 p.m. stuff is crazy. It's crazy. She has done a good job with what she's been given. I think she's been at first I didn't love what Mariah May was doing with the belt, but nowadays I think it's been a lot better. Yeah, the trophy. I've been preaching this for a long time. It should be a trophy. It should be a title shot. Keep it at that. Fuck off trophy. That's what we need in there. That's what we need there. Unify some belts. I was big on the unifying too. I was big on like them putting the Continental and the International belt together and just kind of boom, doing that whole thing. But that's not really where they decided to go, unfortunately. There's also a great point. Where the fuck is Hobbs at? What's he been up to? Because he was coming back looking pretty fucking sick, and now he's gone. Weird. Maybe you should ask someone about that. I don't know. That would be kind of cool, too. Bowen's replacing Juice in the C2. That would have been a little bit more inspired as well. I think it's a good pick. I definitely don't think he's past his time just yet. I think he's like on Collision with Nigel. I think he's done really well. Shivani is what I'm talking about. But he's not my favorite. That's all. He's P2 is what I should say. He's not my favorite because Nigel is, but he's P2. He's still all right. Better than, he doesn't do bits all the time, which is nice. We do want Willow. This is very true. We always want Willow. AEW commentary is better than most companies. I think this is true, but I think it more speaks to the quality of commentary across companies. You know what I mean? Like, commentary just across the board should be better. It should be a lot better than what we have right now. And on AEW, it needs to be better. It's become like a really big problem for the TV. Like when you watch it, just guys doing bits all the time. Guys doing like, they're just being silly. They're not focusing on the match. Like Excalibur barely knows what he's doing these days. It's weird. It's really, really weird. Let's see here. Yeah. This like Willow he was going crazy. She was going crazy. I mean, for so long, and they just kind of like they de-emphasized her too. It's one of the things, you know. Let's see here. Unfortunately, yeah, I think so. This is a good point. Rio Mercedes, that would be a great match. And yes, Yuka Sakazaki. We've always needed more Yuka. We've always have. I know she's hurt, I think, right now still. I'm not sure if she's still hurt, but she did get hurt for a minute. She's she's so good at what she does. We need to see her more on TV. Dime a dozen battle royal. That's funny. That's funny. Pop. Let's see here. Don't say that to me. Don't say that to me. I'll make a tweet about it if it does. I'll be mad. Ward GOAT is good. Let's not do this here either. He doesn't have a bag like as big of a bag as he should for being that size. That's for sure. Yeah, Kyle, he should win that battle royal. That is a good point. I think Kyle's a good shot to win the Diamond Dozen battle royal. Let's see here. Missed the discourse. It was happening all yesterday. I know JA mentioned it a couple times. The meltdown. It was just AEW fans venting their frustrations with the company, like a lot of the problems with it, a lot of things that people were just upset over. It all just kind of the bubble burst and people went out and talked about it, you know? It was a pretty big moment. I know if you don't have Twitter, you don't really see it. But it was a lot yesterday, and I think it was mostly in good faith, like people just being honest. Like these are AEW fans being honest about how they feel about the company, and I think that kind of criticism can and should be taken to heart when it comes to the main people in AEW. I think it's important. Roddy and Kyle O'Reilly for tag champs in 2025. Let them defend against Violence is Forever, Workhorsemen, and Astronauts. I know. See, this tells me a lot about you, Art Irony. It tells me a lot. I already knew it, but it does say a lot about what kind of wrestling you like. I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate it. There's also decent comparison. Very, very fitting. Loading up Danielson and Bandito. That's a great fucking shout. That match is fantastic. I watched it like a month ago. Oh, it's so fucking good. So sweet. Desperate to see Bandito back. And then, of course, we've gotten to it. Hope you're still here. Mid Takes 0, of course. Always good to see you, Mid Takes. Mid Takes was actually supposed to be on this show, but couldn't be on it. His work called in. That's, happens to the best of them. Of course it does. And yeah, I think we would have kind of bounced off each other that's why I just ran this solo. I don't want anyone to bounce off hatred with too much. I want to just kind of speak directly to chat. But Mid Takes will be on next week. I hope you guys are excited for that. This will be a debut for Mid Takes on the channel and just in wrestling podcasts in general. And one thing I do kind of want to do is give people especially more known people, of course. If I don't know anything about you and nobody knows the kind of takes you have, I just can't. There's a decent amount of people watching these shows, but I do want to give people that have never gotten a chance to show what they can do on a stream like this and just hear what they have to say. I'm always down to hear different opinions about AEW, about wrestling. So I'm excited to bring Mid Takes on. Excited to be the place where he debuts in wrestling podcasting. So we'll see how that goes. Looking forward to it, and appreciate you, Mid Takes, for the super chat. Very much appreciate it. It's of course always a nice super chat over there. So get excited next week, folks. Let's see here. You think we'll ever get a Bullet Club Gold War Dogs feud? That would be pretty sick. I got no problems with that now. I think that would be pretty sick. I think maybe someday, maybe Forbidden Door next year we could look at it, but I don't know. Seems kind of out of the question at this point. Yeah, the early matches are funny. The early dark was kind of crazy, but it was crazy in a really fun way. That's all. Yeah, Kenny and Janela, very, very good match on dark. Let's see here. Yeah, heel Okada, Mark Briscoe, potentially be a tremendous wrestling match. It absolutely does. Not sure if it's going to reach those heights on Rampage, but it definitely has a very high potential. Um, yeah, let's see here. Um, yeah. I'm talking about Malcolm again. Cool dude. Was a very cool dude. We hung around him the whole time. WrestleCade. Hope he didn't get annoyed at me being like kind of a presence around, but he's a very nice guy. Definitely go sub. That's my bad. My mic, my mouse. If I press a certain button, I disappear. That's on me. If I press a certain button on my mouse, I literally like it. Yeah, the black vans got me. That's what happened. The black vans, they came after me. They shot me. They sniped me. Yeah, sometimes to be quite honest, the I have a mouse button. Whenever I click it, it goes back. So I accidentally click. That's on me. That's on me. The black vans, they won't get me now. They won't get me now. We're back to it. We're back to it. Yeah, Tony is watching. He's getting me. I've been talking a lot of shit today, so he's got to shut this shit down. Um, Elijah Hamilton, good to see you. I really loved your AEW Tag Team Championship video. I very much appreciate that. I think you're also talking about the tag team wrestling video I made not too long back. Let me actually get a nice. I'm gonna say the title of that video. I'd like to, hype myself up a little bit. That would be good. Let's see here. Let's see here. Where the fuck are all my videos? Why can't I find my own videos sometimes? What happened? Why am I like lost? This is my own channel, by the way. Like I can't find the videos that I make. That was a while ago too. That's an older video. All right, well, whatever. Tag team wrestling in AEW. Oh my god, that is the video. That wasn't a while ago. There you go. AEW's tag division is on life support. It was an 18-minute video on rant about the tag division. That's what it was. I found it finally. Yeah, I appreciate the comment. I appreciate it. I didn't need to spend all that time finding the fucking video, but I did anyways. This is a great point about the C2. It definitely deserves more pomp and circumstance. It definitely needs more, just needs to feel more grand. It needs to feel like it's a big fucking deal and hasn't been presented as such. And that's a problem. But yeah, let's see here. C2 is weird this year because it's like the lineup is arguably better than last year, but the presentation has been so ass that even a work rate guy like me has a hard time being excited for it. Yeah, this is the issue I'm running into. It's like I need more emphasis on it. I need it to feel bigger. I need to feel grander. It needs to feel like it's everything these guys are chasing. And it feels like I'm just watching Dynamite matches. And it shouldn't be the case, you know? JR with stem cells and Nigel would be hilarious. That would be very funny. JR getting stem cells to do commentary would be very sick. I do enjoy the occasional JR back call. It's very nice. This is a very good call. Too much inside baseball. It's like I don't want to hear them talk about that stuff. I don't. If Mina Shirakawa is not there, I'm just sticking to the YouTube highlights. Hey, I don't blame you, Marcos. I don't blame you. Good to see you as well. Good to see you. Yeah, the best commentary is Japanese because I can't understand it and they lose their shit. You feel the passion. You don't need to understand it. You don't need to hear, like, I don't need to know what they're actually saying. I feel the energy and the passion for the wrestling that it just, it doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference to me, This is a great call too. They should have done a big press conference. You make a lot of money, guys. You can put together a nice press conference where everybody can be dressed to the nines. They can all go crazy. They can all just like have their best fits on, chatting shit like they do in New Japan. That's sick. What happened to Wardlow? Old Wardlow? I don't know. He's gone. I think knee surgery or something like that. So yeah, it's unfortunate. Spanish commentary is low-key underrated. I'm assuming it might have the same like impact as the Japanese commentary, which is you feel the energy. I'm not sure if Thunder Roses was still doing it, but I know she was doing that for a while. MJF is winning it again. Yeah, probably. Yeah, the Money in the Bank stuff is just it's convoluted. It's just not fun. Who could care about a Money in the Bank briefcase, guys? Come on, like, and what is he gonna do? Cash it in for the 4-way? Come on, man. Come on. Yeah, Wardlow. There was a time, like, I know we shit on Wardlow now, and it's justified. But there was a time where Wardlow was unbelievably popular, like unbelievably. MJF had done that. They cooked up with it, and they just didn't really. Not necessarily capitalize, but there was a moment of opportunity they did miss. So it's like, it's unfortunate, but I think now it's kind of like you're never going to get back to that point. So it's never going to feel like it's worthy enough for him to hold a belt or anything like that. So the Hook and Christian feud, they killed it. They got rid of it because it's just you know, who could care? Once again. Yeah, can't wait for mid takes debut. Shout out Lambo. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. You say that, and I just DM'd you on Twitter. Sons of Shadows DM me on Twitter. Oh wow. Hang on, let me see. A message request. I do see it. I'll check that out after the stream. I'll make sure to give you a reply. I appreciate the DM. It does seem like a kind DM, by the way. So I appreciate that. How you feeling the Dynasty Dome card? Bad card. Bad build. Why does it feel like they don't care about the Tokyo Dome? Why? What are we doing? Like, I'm sorry. Why is... Oh, I hate it too. Why is Claudio Castagnoli in a singles match at the Tokyo Dome? Why? I'm sorry. Like, it just shouldn't be the case. You know? It's just... I like Claudio too a lot. You guys know that. But we need more pomp. We need more circumstance. We need to feel bigger. It is big. It's a Tokyo Dome. Like, this should feel bigger. This should feel like a bigger deal to AEW and to the talent and, you know, to the booker. Why doesn't it? Very weird. Yeah, Ricochet, guys. Ricochet on the fucking Tokyo Dome wrestling Zack Sabre Jr. There has to have been better out there. Has to have been. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. C2 season literally erased any small feud that was happening. I really wish that they it put more focus on the feuds, but it does feel like they've kind of just like stepped it to the side with anything any of these guys had going on, which is unfortunate. Hello to Code Hater. I see that. Oh, I'm realizing now because it's when I got shot. Yeah, the black fans, the feds, they're after me. It's okay. I'll survive. What's that fucking one meme where it's like they're coming after me, but they're looking for you. It's like that shit. You going to All In might be getting a group together. I will be there. I do have a group coming together as well on my end. I am going to secure flights soon, and I'm going to hopefully secure tickets here pretty soon. So yes, I will be at Y'all In. If any of you guys are going there, you say hello. I got the first person ever to say hi to me because they knew my channel at WrestleCade. That was very cool. I very much appreciate that person for coming up and saying what's up. It made me feel quite good, to be honest with you, that someone actually recognized me because of the channel. I'm not gonna lie and say like I don't want people to do that. I think it's really cool to meet people that are fans of stuff that I do, which is weird to say, very odd to say. But if you ever do see me in person at any of these wrestling events, please say hi to me. I very much enjoy talking to you guys. I very much enjoy saying what's up. So definitely do that. This is a good call. Pop for Loki. I'm going a little faster now because I see there's a rant going on. I see that. Oh yeah, cook up, and it comes with V-Trigger, and it comes with One Winged Angel. It's over. Very true here from Marcos. Very true. Card is a bucket of hot ass. Yeah, both the builds have not been great. TK doesn't like big guys. I think he has an issue with booking them, but I don't think it's not that he doesn't like them. But we have to get to this now. Mid takes a $20 fucking super chat. I very, very much appreciate this mid takes. There's a rant we're getting to. You guys will see more of this next week, maybe. But I'll read this out here from mid takes. Someone has to tell TK this shit sucks. Mox has killed off half the roster, and then they show up on Rampage. It's his company, but we have invested time into it. Fuck Danielson Wrestling. Get him in Gorilla. This is a great call. This is a wonderful call, even. I can get totally down with this. Mid takes is cooking up here. No mid here. Just real shit. Real shit. I can't even say anything about this. This is real shit here. Why Mox killing off half the roster and then they're just chilling? We've invested time into the company. I want to see some rewards. Danielson, I need him to book some shows. We need him to put together some cards. This is a great take here. Great take. No mid, just great take. And I really appreciate the $20 super chat. It's fucking awesome. You guys can see more of this next week. Some pops in the chat for the mid takes rant. Very much appreciated. It's fucking awesome. 100% agree as well. Danielson would book some sicko shit. Be fucking sick. I'd love it. But yeah, once again, mid takes. Thank you for the super chats tonight, brother. I appreciate it. You guys can hear from mid takes next week, like I've been saying. You guys can hear from me next week. We'll be live once again at 6:30 p.m. EST as usual. Let's see here. we'll keep it moving. But again, I very much appreciate it. It's fucking amazing. Marcos, I'm excited for Stardom in the women part of the Dynasty card. I agree the men's stuff is not built right. The 4-way is the best built stuff on that card, and it's that 4-way is gonna hoop. It's gonna smack. Ty the Leaf, you're gonna be at DPW this weekend. I will be at DPW in Durham this weekend. I'm looking forward to the Adam Priest match that's gonna be on that show. It looks to be a good one. So I'm excited for it. I will be there. If you see me there, say hi. I'll appreciate it. And I'm going to be vlogging it too, I think. So maybe I'll feature you on the vlog. Who knows? Let's see here. Had to send a 20. Genuinely feel very bad on it. It's okay. Look, I told you too in the DMs. It's totally fine. I get it. Work happens sometimes. That's all it is. But we'll hear from you next week. I very much appreciate it nonetheless. Very much appreciate it. And Jen, we got some cooks going on. Cooks for mid takes. Talk to them. 3-course meal. Some wine emojis going on in the chat. I mean, come on, brother. Come on. There's some good shit here from mid takes. You guys are locked in next week, I think. Chris Leclerc just subscribed on his phone. I appreciate that, Chris Leclerc. Very much appreciate it. I appreciate everyone who subscribed. How would you book the Dome show? Good God. We're a little late into this to put this together. Maybe I'll do this next week. You hit me up next week, head of the table, and me and Mid will put something together. Yeah, Orange and Mox, that was a fantastic match. If only, the storytelling was a little better. That's all. Stop talking to me about fucking DPW. I go to DPW because it's my local, but it's in North Carolina. It's my indie, so. But I get, he's not wrong for what he's getting at there, Ibu. Not wrong. Dynasty, good card, good build. I would say both not fantastic. I am excited for the shows nonetheless. I think they're going to be like both that and Wrestle Kingdom. I think they're both going to be pretty damn good shows. So that's kind of the positive side to it, that I'm still going to enjoy it. I'm probably going to have fun with it. They're probably going to make some spreadsheet matches on there. I just think there's definitely some missed opportunity there. That's all. Death Rider should have hogtied Excalibur low-key. Hey, I got no problem with that. And then I start praising him on this channel. We got 10 more minutes to go, so I'm going to go through these last couple matches. We have the C2 Blue League. Shelton Benjamin will be facing Kyle Fletcher. This is a very interesting matchup. I saw Shelton Benjamin wrestle at WrestleCade. He wrestled Speedball Mike Bailey. I saw the kick live. That was fucking awesome. And Kyle Fletcher, we've said on this channel for a long time now, his transformation has been amazing. He's been quite good as of late. I think this match could really, really steal the show. I'm very much looking forward to it. For a winner, give me Kyle. I think Kyle should win it. Shelton's a big wall to topple in a lot of ways. So I think it'll be Kyle. I think this match will be very, very good. So let me continue on. If you haven't already, by the way, I should mention, please leave a like on the stream. We had 50 confirmed viewers on this channel. I saw us get up to like 55 or something like that for a solo show. That's fucking amazing. I really, really appreciate you guys. I haven't done one of these in a minute. And to see all the chats, to see you guys supporting, to see mid takes coming through with the big super chats, I really appreciate it. Make sure to leave a like on the stream. We're getting to the close. We're coming down the ending. We're doing a closing stretch. We're doing some near falls. But yeah, I do appreciate it once again. If you guys are feeling generous, you can also send super chats. Make sure to get any chats in that you haven't, and I'll get to them before we close. But we have one more match to get through. The C2 Gold League, Brody King versus Claudio Castagnoli. I think Claudio has been tremendous lately. He feels like the biggest part of this Death Riders angle to me. Feels like the scariest part of this Death Riders angle to me. And Brody King's that real, brother. Brody King's that real. He saw his Spotify Wrapped. His Spotify Wrapped was really cool. He had a bunch of like metal bands, and then Chappelle Roan was on there. So hell yeah. But yeah, this is a fun match. I'm really looking forward to this. Two powerhouses, two big guys that hit fucking hard. This is gonna rock. I'm looking forward to it. Mid takes though comes again. Good God. We'll do it now. I appreciate once again mid takes another $10. God damn, bro, you're fucking amazing. Also, we need to stop saying restore the feeling. And 2024 will be the new 21. Fuck that. This should be the best year. No going back to the beginning. Please change and evolve. This is another great point. There should not be any restore the feeling talk. There should not be any we're gonna make this like the past. This year's gonna be everything you loved about AEW. That's lame, man. That's just not good. It's not good writing. I know Will Ospreay is probably the biggest culprit of it. But even like DG, I love him. You guys know it. The crop tops with like that say restore the feeling to shirts and stuff. I can't get down with that, man. This like you're a wrestler. You should be trying to win championships. You're not fighting for the company. You're fighting for like you. You're fighting to win shit. That's what you're trying to do. And saying like restore the feeling is just it's a self-own, like Big Dude says. It's a mission of failure. So I also agree this should not be happening. Definitely should be focused on changing, evolving, growing, becoming the best it can be ever. It shouldn't be like 2021. It should be better than that. So yeah, I would 100% agree. Shout out Mid Takes once again. I appreciate you, brother. You guys can see more like this next week. Look forward to it. Clearly, Mid Takes cooking up something nice for us. We'll get to this last stretch of chats and we'll get out of here, folks. Make sure to leave a like on the stream if you haven't already once again, and we'll get through it here. One positive of the C2 is we get to see Shelton wrestle some great matches. That's for sure. I've loved Shelton since he's come back. I've loved him a lot. He's been fantastic. Having Shelton lose to Kyle Fletcher, you got that big win on Ospreay. It's got to happen. It's got to happen. Shelton Omega match. That sounds pretty sweet. I'm glad you're excited, Chris. I think the match should be good. It's just why. That's all. That's all I'll say about that now. Fletcher should win if it's a roll-up. I got no problem with him rolling up. I just think he should win for sure. It was the last one. My bad, bro. Hey, you don't got to say my bad. I got no problem with it, man. But I very much appreciate it. And we'll see. I'll talk to you next week, brother. We'll talk, and I'll thank you again whenever we're backstage. You know, that sort of thing. Shout out Mid Takes. There's some send more calls. They hate Jesus because he told them the truth. Fuck the feeling. Yeah, there's some good stuff going on there. I appreciate you, Mid Takes. Very much appreciate it. Let's see here. Just want AEW to be good, and I think that's what we all want, to be quite honest with you. This is also a good point. 5 years in, what are we restoring, guys? 5 years we should, peaking now, I think, would be nice. Or not peaking now, but like, being at the best you can be now. There's a great point, too, from Hideo Georgima. UFC fighters don't fight for the soul. No, they fight for the check and for the knockout and for the cash, for the belts. That's what they should be fighting for. DG entered the C2 to duck Big Shibata because he fears the headbutt for real. Oh my god. DG and Shibata, that sounds like fun, fucking sweet. It sounds like a match made for me. Hopefully we get that. That sounds really sick now, actually. I'm gonna get stuck on that for a minute. Not to be that guy, but imagine if WWE said this is the new Attitude Era. Yeah, you don't have to be that guy. It's just a good point. It's just a good point here. All this, we got to save the community center bullshit. Gotta go. Very true. Compiling on Mid Takes super chat. Restore the feeling. WWE reset vibes. Yeah, I don't, WCW reset vibes. Yeah, I don't, Swerve and Ospreay, the feeling. Very true. I would say Hangman's the feeling as well. I'd say those are the big three. The feeling to me. Imagine Izzy going out against Strickland and he said, "We going back to 2020 UFC." No, you say, "This is my era. I'm changing this for the better. I'm going to lead this company to new heights because I am the guy to do it." That's how you do that stuff. And we'll mention this too as maybe a last chat in case in case nobody else sends anything in. Novi Heyman ain't turned out no checks. Look, Novi dangerously is getting paid. You know what I mean? And I'm not one to say no to anything, anything monetary wise, but I do also very much appreciate it. Nonetheless, I will pay my talent. A lot of the time I will pay my talent, unlike Heyman, but hey, we get our checks here, courtesy of the wonderful chatters, courtesy of the wonderful audience I have. I really appreciate you guys hanging out. This was it's a solo show that I haven't done in a while, but it was a very therapeutic show. I do feel better after I started. I feel more energized. I'm excited for Dynamite a little bit. I'm looking forward to the show I might get. MJF could be up there with Swerve, Will, and Hanger. It definitely could be. I wouldn't go too far about that. I don't think so. It's not out the question. Death Riders Invasion Arc and 0-1 in Big 2025. Hey, we're looking up. You're looking up. That's for sure. Irony, but. Again, I do appreciate you guys hanging out. I appreciate all the likes on the stream. If you haven't already, make sure to leave a like as we close down here. Make sure to leave a comment when the stream is over. Comment whatever you want. Paul Heyman, Logic, Death Riders, whatever you're feeling. Make sure to send that in after the stream is over. And once again, I do appreciate the super chats from Mid Takes. I appreciate you guys hanging out in chat and saying what's up. Next week, we'll be back. 6:30 p.m. EST as usual. New video out on Saturday. maybe a continuation of some of the stuff I talked about in this video, in this stream, I should say. But it's something I think needs to be said, and it's something I think a lot of people can get excited for. So, hope you guys are looking forward to that. I hope you all enjoy Dynamite. I hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday. If you are feeling like you want more Novi content, I'll be live on the Late Night Grin after this. We're going to be doing a, I think, Monday Night Nitro show, I think. We're going to be doing a Retro TV watch along over on Late Night Grin Gold, so make sure to tap into that post Dynamite. But as for now, I hope you guys have enjoyed this show. I very much appreciate you guys hanging out. Much love from me to each and every one of you, and make sure to enjoy Dynamite. And yeah, peace out, everybody. Much love once again. I'll see you guys next week.